It's election day in the States. I have a feeling that the women in this country and around the world are on the rise. Divine feminine, gender women, men who love women, people on that spectrum of male-female. We're all on that it's a spectrum of male-female. And the closer we are to balance, the closer we are to be able to receive the blessings and to take action. And boy, do we need both. We need both. And I think, in particular, women and the men who love them need to be empowered to do that in the world and inside and in sync that way. Somebody in the comments mentioned that the reading can be taken as a description of what's happening internal. I think it was with the boy-o, girl-o thing that was in yesterday's. And that's absolutely the case. And in fact, I think we're always looking at how those two things, masculine energy and feminine energy, express in the reading. And are they in balance? And in what way, maybe one side is doing more than the other. It's a spectrum, and it's a dynamic spectrum. So it's very fluid. And we have to sort of ride the wave. And the other thing that came to mind this morning, popped up in my feed, was the song Hide and Seek, Imogen Heap, which I've always loved. But the whole question of, because I think the hide and seek is not only, looking for your lover who's decided to bounce. It's looking for the divine in the world and looking for that balance between male and female in ourselves, action and receptivity. Because if you've only got one and not the other, it's like having a chair with one leg or something. It just doesn't track, it doesn't work. So, hide and seek. And, sorry, when I listened to it this morning, I was struck by the notion of still life. That's sort of the oxymoron, right? Still life. But there are times in our life that, like, take a frame, take a photo, take a, maybe one particular event that captures something about the bigger picture. The bigger picture. So, here we go. And I want to look at, in particular, that divine feminine energy with regard to, well, I also had written down hiding in plain sight. And maybe that's the angle, hide and seek, but hiding in plain sight. And I think what we're looking for is the divine in the world, the divine internally, that balanced yin-yang wholeness. Just a little question on this little day that, that's an example of the still life. What is this event? This sort of circumscribed frame of the bigger picture. What is it? And give us hope, please. Peace on earth. Five of Cups. That's a card of grief. And I think in this context, it's the feeling, Cups energy, of being lost, of not being able to find that divine energy in our lives, of feeling like it's slipping away. There's one cup there in her hand, their hand. But this kind of vortex of something draining, and it's a succession of cups headed toward this vortex. In fact, none of them has gone down into this kind of black hole. But they're lined up. And I think the one that she's holding, the Ace of Cups, is self-love, which is the remedy. And I note that on this one, the edges of the card kind of indicate the frame. You know, as if it's stuck in the old-fashioned scrapbook. It's a longing for things we feel are lost. Where is that connection? To ourselves, to the other, to the divine, and are those even separable? It's a braid of some kind. It's like the Holy Trinity. It's like the trifecta of being. How do we show up in the world? You know, as a fresh new potential. We could be this. We could be whole. We could be salad. We could be salad. You know, I'm going on all like serious and it becomes a clown act. And yeah, so does the election in a way. God help us. Ace of Pentacles. What's this new beginning in Pentacles energy? It's not hide and seek. This is kind of the hidden love. We think it's all gone. And then there's this opportunity for something real and viable in our lives. You know, and aces speak to the self, also to an offering from the divine. But what we're being offered is our own best version of ourselves. I think these cups lined up almost represent how we used to deal with love, and now somehow we found ourselves, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. In traditional Rider-Waite, it shows 3 cups spilled and 2 behind the person. They're not paying attention to the 2 of Cups behind them, but they're there. This possibility for connection in 3D. A relationship where we're intertwined, but not codependent. Interdependent. Each person somehow bringing the opportunity for the new way. Each one bringing that to the table. Each person offering themselves in this connection. And if it's the self and the self, the masculine and feminine sides of yourself, this is a perfect balance of yin-yang. I mean, perfect. It's a dynamic balance. It certainly balances out the 5 of Cups card of loss. Where there's love, there's loss. Where there's loss, there's love. It never really, you know. We may have felt that love was hiding or it slipped away, but there's this opportunity for a new beginning. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine feels it all, you know. It's not like, I only feel the good stuff. Somebody once told me you got to make the bad notes in order to find the good notes. And, you know, we make a lot of bad notes along the way. Oh boy, both of the, okay. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, both of whom appeared yesterday. And maybe the Two of Cups as well. This can be an apology. Page of Cups. Here it looks to me like, well, it's relief from this. But in order to receive it, this opportunity for connection requires being open to it. Page of Cups. Vulnerable, open-hearted. Here I am. Here I am. Knight of Cups. And this is matured from page to night. And it may have happened over the course of a year. In any case, it took time. Pentacles energy. It takes time to come into one's own, you know, so that one can receive this kind of offer. And that offer only promises the opportunity for it. Like, how do we receive love in our life? Are we cut off because we've been hurt in the past? We've all been hurt in the past, you know, we've all been. You know, because we're born out of the energy of the one into the energy of manifestation, you know, the many, all the creatures of the earth. And then this one source energy informing all of us, everything. In our lifetimes, here we are. What are we going to do with our precious life, with our precious time? What are we going to do? Spirit, please, some advice here. Five of Swords. I think that's, in this case, a card of listen. You know, listen up. There's a message trying to come through, and it has everything to do with change. 5 cards. And it's change of perception, sword energy. It's the ability to hear the messages, and they're coming from inside the house, inside the heart, inside your heart. Both of you. Internally and externally. And there's a way in which, if the two aren't balanced internally, how can you manifest the balanced thing externally? You know, be the change you want to see in the world. In 3D. Inhabit that with your incarnate life. All these are minor arcana cards that speak to 3D life. Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. That's on Page of Cups. Somebody may have ended a cycle, turned their back on perhaps the truth or what they knew to be true. or what they knew to be untrue and walked away. And as it often happens, the irony is that's what sparks this person's flush of new feelings. They may suddenly get it, sword energy. But it's interesting that a card of young love is clarified by a card of ending, usually of a painful ending, but I think in this deck that's not what it is. It's just like moving on to the ace. Tens indicate completion. Aces indicate the beginning of the new cycle. So some cycle is wrapping up, and I think it has to do with being able to hear the messages. That if communication, if there was no communication before and it led to this kind of feeling of loss, there's a chance for a reset, new love. Not the old way of thinking about it, not the old way of communicating. And it may in part be like communicating, advice to communicate through touch, through the heart, the loving connection, not through this kind of who's hung up on whom disconnect. Tell us about the Five of Swords, the disconnect. I can see it from here and I'll try to pick it up. It's the elusive Queen of Wands. Oh my God, I hope I don't fall over. Hang on. It's not really as hard as it looks. I'm just in a really cramped space. Queen of Wands does not land herself in a cramped space. She clears space around her with the wand. People cannot approach. If she has a standard, She knows herself, she knows what she wants. Highly intuitive. So I think, there's kind of this ball of light landing in her hand. She's attracted something in. What is she attracted in? There's the message. Coming in fast. But there's something about it that I always see this because he's running toward the motorcycle. It's like, it's not an A to B journey. There are legs to it, and they're just completing the first leg of the journey, and they better move it. They better hot-foot it. At least they think that's what they have to do. So we have Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. This person has to tell the truth. And if they've ended a cycle and walked away from something, they need to let the other person know, sword energy. I think Queen of Wands knows what's going on. Intuitively, she knows, and she may sense that there's going to be some kind of true message, about what this person feels. They feel Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. They're filled with love. They have not been able to talk about it, Five of Swords. But I think that cycle is wrapping up. It's like they've regained a certain innocence, Page of Cups, that allows them perhaps to connect, or you to connect with them, or for the meeting, the two coming together. Two of Cups, please. Can we breach the gap? Because it's up to both parties. Two of Cups. It's, I think we're okay on our own. Ace of Pentacles. But this would feel good. Hang on. Is it this one? Oh my God, Star card. I love it when the deck just says, this one, this one. That's a card of healing, of finding your way. Of having that kind of celestial map. That's the first major arcana. And it's just brilliant. Those are the guides. Following your way. Having the overview of this. The map to that kind of connection. And you only can feel your way there. It's like the thinking doesn't do the trick. 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords. We're leaving that overthinking behind in favor of this overview. It's different than overthinking. This is like being able to see it with clarity, Aquarian energy. And part of what we're seeing is our connection to the divine. There's this umbilicus. We are the light. We shine the light. We receive the light. There's an opportunity for it to come right into our 3D life, into our open hands, into our open hearts. Open hands, open hearts. If this person's hands were clamped in a fist or, behind their backs or in their pockets, they wouldn't be able to receive this gift of grace. The healing gift of grace. The healing gift of this connection, or of any connection that's true to both people's hearts, that really animates both people. Queen of Wands pulls people toward her by virtue of her light. She's got the wand. She can manifest. It's landing right in her hand. She may have manifested this. Love on the move, guided by the light. Okay, tell us about this Ace of Pentacles. How does it appear in our lives? King of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This can be the analytical energy of somebody who stands back, who has the overview. But they have the map. They know the way. They know the way. They know it. And they also know that they can't stand so far back that they're cut off from this 3D opportunity. Don't live in the stratosphere, man. Come down into your own life. Ace of Pentacles. Don't delay. Love's in need of love today. Right away. Don't delay. Love's in need of love today. Okay, on Knight of Cups. What you gonna do about it? Love in action, King of Swords. Make a real offer at this for this connection. correct this perhaps idea that all is lost, Five of Cups. It's not all lost. We're being guided back toward Two of Cups. And that may, again, be the balance within us. Loving both sides of ourselves. Is it these? Is it this as well? Okay, this as well. Knight of Wands. Well, it's love and passion. There's sweetness and there's fire. Things are being sped up. Knight of Swords, a fast energy. Knight of Wands, a fast, passionate energy. And this King of Swords is having a heart activation. I mean, what does that mean? It just means ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. It may be a very new feeling for King of Swords, who can be cold. Not in the sense of not caring, but just sometimes content to stand back, and not judge other people, but what is he doing? Hold back. It sometimes makes them seem inaccessible. There's an opportunity to be accessible. For this gift of grace, to be accessible. Star card, the healing of the connection. King of Swords, prone to be analytical, was holding back from making something real. For participating in a 3D connection. I think they've had a change of heart, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and also a change of mind. Five of Swords, indicating a need for change of mind. And on the basis of that change, vroom, off they go. 2 legs to the journey. Because there's a lot to be, you don't open up all at once. But this person may have had a sudden surge of energy, almost like, that surge of electricity, that motivating spark, that get on the move, that let's hot-foot it. That makes me want to cry. Overcoming this fear or insecurity or desire to hang on to what you have in favor of some kind of cooperative energy of a meld, like masculine, feminine, instinct and compassion, sharing pain, alleviating each other's pain. We're brave enough to do that for ourselves and for the other person. And I think it's divine feminine powering up, Strength card, coming into their own. Both the lion and the lamb. Again, the spectrum, the balance, the synthesis, the blending of the two energies. And it's a fire sign card of Leo, but there's the sort of heart protection. This person is is safe to open up, this King of Swords. In this relationship, I think they're overcoming, their duck and cover mentality. It's going to hurt. Love hurts. They've gotten a new understanding of themselves, of their own balanced energy. And there's a kind of humility here in, no, I'm going to open up and be drawn toward this one. Drawn toward a blend, perhaps with a Leo, a feminine, regardless of sign, that's on fire, that's shining so brightly. They're going to summon their courage to do it. Because for a King of Swords, feelings don't come easily. They'll feel something and then they'll look at it. What is this thing I'm feeling? What is this thing called love? What is this new emotion? I want to identify it and kind of catalog it. Ten of Wands, in that same energy as strength. The strength to move on, the strength to move forward, having done everything one could do to summon the courage, to move on, to close out a cycle. Begin a new life that incorporates feelings, that synthesis of Strength card. The major arcana on the board are Leo and Star. Courage and divine guidance. The blend. Well, hang on to your hats, people. That's a big change. 4 of Pentacles to Ace of Pentacles. The courage to close out. And I'm not clear on what the cycle is, but I think it was over-analysis. And suddenly this person realizes, I don't need to think about this anymore. I need to get on the move. I've got a truth to tell. Aquarius, Leo. Okay, is this it? 9 of Pentacles, card of independence. Card of Virgo. King of Swords, analytical one, is seeing the opportunity to get real, to get grounded with this very grounded person. Oh, there was another one about mirror. I didn't write it down. It was a part of the lyric. That had to do with mirror. Yeah, I'm not sure. What does that mean, mirror? 9 of Pentacles, the individual. 2 of Cups, the blend. Strength card, the synthesis. Star card, the healing. The healing in sword energy of this guy. I think now King of Swords, perhaps an Aquarius, has closed out a cycle. 2 cards of that. 10 of Swords Ten of Wands. They're on the move. They may be on the move toward a Virgo or a Leo. I think, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Tell us about the independent Virgo energy. Stable, grounded in their own life. Not an overthinker. Is it this? we had these yesterday, right? I'll do it, says King of Wands. Here I go, hopping on my fire pony. Inspired, I'm going for it. I'm summoning my courage. I'm on my way. I've closed out the cycle. I'm following the lights. Leading me to your door. There's some song that I can't quite get, but to your door. You know, prayer answered, new life, this vivifying life force energy embodied in this person. They're passionate about this earth sign person. They're fired up by the strength of this person's character. They value themselves, and King of Wands, King of Swords is now drawn to them. Drawn to them. They haven't changed their life. They haven't chased. They've invested in themselves. And somehow have ready to receive this new life. This King of Wands. Oh man. Boom. Three of Swords. Well, it's a second chance after a really painful separation. They were separated while this King of Wands closed out a cycle that took a lot of strength and courage to break away and actually hit the road, pack up, they may have hurt this Nine of Pentacles individual. So there's a degree of amends. Like, I now understand what I did to the relationship. Now there's an opportunity for a new beginning, new life. Reconciliation. It takes work. I think they've done the work. In Pentacles energy, they may have become single too. Eight of Pentacles to Nine of Pentacles. I think their Nine of Pentacles person didn't spend too much time and energy on remembering the broken heart. They got to work on themselves, on making themselves whole again, making it happen over time, building themselves back up, perhaps after really painful, hurtful, could be a third-party situation because they're summoning the courage to leave. Some kind of situation. Nine of Cups, we got that yesterday too. That's a card of joy. That's a card of, the wish coming true. Being healed by happiness, by connection, by getting the love that they both want, Two of Cups. But there's this that has to happen, and I think it has happened. It's happened, and this person wants to come in and talk about it. Not really good with words. With explaining in words what they feel. But they're going to try. And I think the pain of Three of Swords won't be replaced by this Nine of Cups exuberant joy. But the joy will grow out of the pain. Almost as if that's like the fertilizer, the earth energy. That's the only way it could happen, and it could only happen over time. Pentacles energy. For this to go from that closed to this open, setting the heart free, the free heart, and the free heart is on the move. The free heart. We have on the board Strength card, which is Leo. Card of Second Chances, which I've heard described as both Scorpio and Aries. So go figure, I don't know my astrology well enough. Aquarius in the star. Three major arcana, and they're good ones. Being guided to really the place of rebirth, new life. The star always brings to mind the being led to where God is born. And that's not specific to one religion. It's this Aquarian overview. It's all of us. It's all of us. Everyone. God bless us, everyone. It's kind of like that. Okay, my friends, this is a good one. It's very promising. It's very promising. I'll see you next time.